know when you're just scrolling online and suddenly, bam, you're just drowning in healthy eating advice?
Oh, absolutely.
Like everyone's got the secret, And
Yeah.
honestly, it just leaves you feeling more confused sometimes.
Totally. And what we're kind of seeing more of is this question, like, could some of these super popular tips,
Yeah,
could they actually be, well, counterproductive?
right. Like, could trying so hard to be healthy actually make you feel, I don't know, less in control around food?
Exactly that. And that's really what we're diving into today.
Yeah, we found this really interesting video. It's called Why These Healthy Eating Tips Make You Lose Control Around Food. Do this instead. And it just offers a different angle on a lot of the usual wellness stuff you hear.
It really does. So our mission basically is to unpack some of these common recommendations.
Yeah.
Look at why, maybe they backfire sometimes.
And hopefully help you, listening, find a more balanced and maybe peaceful relationship with food.
That's the goal, finding that peace.
Okay, so first big one. This idea of eating purely for nourishment.
Ah, yes.
Sounds so sensible, right? Just fuel your body. Nutrient-dense foods, that's it.
It does sound logical. And look, getting enough nutrients is obviously important. We need that.
Yeah.
But the video makes this great point. We eat for, well, lots of reasons, not just fuel.
Like taste, enjoyment.
Exactly. Taste, enjoyment, social connection. Think about popcorn at the movies, right?
Yeah. You're not exactly thinking about the vitamin content there.
Not usually, no.
Yeah.
It's part of the fun, the experience. And sometimes you just want something because it tastes good. Simple as that.
And I think when we're told constantly only eat for nourishment, what happens when you crave something like less perfect? You feel like you're messing up.
That's it. That's where the guilt creeps in. Restriction. You feel bad if you want something processed or, maybe just sugary.
And does that then lead to problems?
Well, the video suggests it often does. That feeling of doing something wrong can sometimes trigger like a rebound effect, overindulging later in those foods you labeled as forbidden.
That makes sense. The video creator even talks about enjoying processed banana milk.
Yeah. Which, they admit isn't exactly a health elixir,
Right.
but they just like it. And that's okay. It kind of highlights this idea that balance is key, not perfectionism.
So it's not just about the nutrition label. Enjoyment counts too.
Yeah.
Big time.
Huge. Recognizing that different foods serve different purposes, including pleasure. That's actually part of being healthy with food.
Okay, what about healthy alternatives? They're everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Healthy Twix bars, sweet potato brownies, cauliflower, everything. You see them all over wellness blogs and Instagram.
So what's the potential issue there? Aren't they? Good.
Well, they can be, but the video asks us to look at the why. Why are you reaching for the alternative? If you're constantly picking the healthy swap because you're genuinely afraid of the original version, the actual chocolate bar or the regular brownie,
Then maybe it's not really balance. It's still restriction.
that's the argument. It suggests you haven't quite made peace with the original food. The video creator actually shared this story,
Oh, yeah.
trying to make sweet potato brownies. Apparently they were
Yeah.
pretty bad.
Uh-huh. I can imagine.
But even later, making zucchini brownies, which might be considered healthier, they still overate them. Why? Because they weren't truly satisfied. They still kind of wanted the real deal.
Ah, okay. So didn't actually hit the spot.
Didn't hit the spot.
Yeah.
And that leads to this really key point from the video. Often, the truly healthiest option is the one that actually satisfies you, mentally and physically.
That's a different way to think about healthy.
It is. And again, like the video says, this isn't about bashing all healthy alternatives. Not at all.
Right.
If you find a healthier recipe you genuinely love and it satisfies you, fantastic. Go for it.
But if you're only eating it out of fear,
Exactly. If it's driven by fear or trying to trick yourself out of a craving, that's maybe where the issue lies. It's about the mindset behind the choice.
okay. Got it. What's next? Ah, the protein thing. The 30 grams of protein rule.
Yes. The magic number. You hear it constantly, don't you?
Everywhere, especially for like weight loss or feeling full.
It's often linked to satiety, managing appetite. The video even mentions a client who felt they had to hit 30, even 50 grams per meal to lose weight.
Wow, that's a lot of pressure.
It is, and the video pushes back on this gently. It says, look, protein is important, obviously.
Sure.
But getting fixated on hitting that exact number, like it's some magic bullet, it probably won't fix feeling out of control with food. if there are deeper things going on.
So just eating 30 grams of protein doesn't automatically mean you'll feel satisfied?
Not necessarily on its own, no.
Yeah.
True satisfaction is more holistic, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the whole meal. Does it taste good? Does it have textures you enjoy? Does it have carbs for energy, maybe some fats?
Yeah.
It's the combination.
Okay, so instead of pulling out the calculator for protein grams.
Maybe just ask yourself, was that actually satisfying?
Yeah.
You know, physically, yes, but also mentally, did I enjoy it?
That feels more intuitive.
Right. And the video gives an example like avocado toast with some fruit.
Yeah.
For many people, that could be a perfectly great, satisfying meal.
Yep.
It might not hit 30 grams of protein on the dot, but if it feels good and keeps you going, isn't that what matters?
Yeah. It's moving beyond just like chicken breast and broccoli as the only healthy options.
Precisely. Broadening the perspective.
Which kind of brings us back to the whole internet situation, doesn't it? Just this flood of advice.
Oh, definitely. It's a minefield.
Yeah.
So many conflicting suggestions, everyone presenting their way as the only way, the absolute truth.
And it's so easy to get sucked in. The person in the video talked about trying to copy like a Victoria's Secret model's diet.
Remember that? Eating oatmeal for breakfast because the model did.
Right.
But it just didn't work for them. They realized they actually preferred savory foods in the morning. Oatmeal left them feeling completely unsatisfied.
So what do they eat now?
Get this. Oxtail soup with hard-boiled eggs.
Wow. That's different.
It's totally different. But it just shows that journey, right? From blindly following some trend to actually listening to their own body. What do I actually want? What feels good to me?
That takes trial and error, though.
Absolutely. Experimentation, self-discovery, figuring out what genuinely works for your unique body and preferences, rather than just adopting rules you found online.
So use the internet for ideas, maybe, but not as a strict rule book.
Exactly. Inspiration, not dictation.
So really, the big theme here, it feels like, is shifting the focus away from these strict external rules and more towards building, I guess, a healthier relationship with food from the inside.
That's exactly it. The video really hammers this home. If you feel out of control, the answer isn't usually more control, more rules, more restriction.
Right, that often backfires.
It often does.
Yeah.
The key, the video suggests, is healing that underlying relationship. Learning to trust your body again. Listening to its signals.
That sounds like a process.
Oh, it is. The creator mentioned it took them like 9 years to heal their relationship with food.
9 years. Wow. But that's hopeful too, right? It shows it's possible.
Definitely possible. And the change when you get there is apparently huge. Those wellness tips, the healthy eating advice.
Yeah.
They stop being restrictive rules that you have to follow. They become helpful choices, things you choose because they support you, not because you feel forced or guilty.
It's like the power dynamic shifts. You're in charge, not the rules.
Exactly. A fundamental shift.
Okay, so wrapping this up. The key takeaways from this deep dive seem to be question those really restrictive rules you see everywhere.
Yeah, definitely question them.
Prioritize feeling satisfied, and finding balance rather than chasing perfection.
And be honest about why you're choosing certain foods, especially the healthy alternatives. Is it fear or genuine enjoyment?
Right. And maybe the biggest one, really try to listen to your own body's cues more than, just random advice online.
Absolutely. Tune inwards.
And that final thought really is provocative. If trying so hard to eat healthy is actually making you feel less in control,
Yeah.
maybe your definition of healthy needs to change. Maybe it's less about external rules and more about, internal trust.
Trust and self-awareness. It's a powerful shift.
We'd really encourage you listening to think about this.
Right.
Have any of these wellness trends, these tips, ever made you feel restricted or maybe a bit out of control?
It's worth reflecting on.
Yeah. And actually, if you are interested in exploring this stuff further, developing that healthier relationship with food, you should check out my YouTube channel. It's called Healthy Living Guide.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I dive into topics like this all the time. So, subscribe if you're interested and definitely leave a comment on the videos, sharing your thoughts or experiences with these ideas. I genuinely try to read them all.
That's great. Because at the end of the day, it's about finding what truly, genuinely works for you. Right? Something sustainable and, importantly, enjoyable.